Tonight on Highway Patrol. A passenger demanding a ticket
Do the ticket.
Well, considering you're asking so nicely, I just might.
will get more than she bargained for. Senior Constable Nathan Ratcliffe is kindergarten cop.
How old are you?
12.
12.
And a speeding driver with plenty to hide.
Hey, what's that in your hand?
Hey, little kid.
Is he smoking? Yeah, both smoking. Yeah, cool. Good spot, mate.
Senior Constable Ash Bowden has spotted something amiss in this four-wheel drive.
Just got this Mitsubishi in front of us. Looks like both mum and dad having a cigarette while they're driving along, but unfortunately it looks like they've got about a 6-year-old in the back seat. And unfortunately they're not allowed to do that. So anyone under the age of 18 in your car, you're not allowed to have a cigarette while they're in the car with you. So we'll pull them over. How are you, sir? You got your licence on you there, please?
The driver is more than happy to assist Ash with his inquiries. But what about the passenger?
So I'll just get you to take it out so I can have a good look at it, please.
Why don't you go and get a real criminal?
Sir.
Real criminals are out there.
Well, is that your other half in the car, is it?
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife, no worries at all. Who's the little one in the back of the car?
My son.
Your son? And how old's he?
12.
12? No, there's a reason why I pulled you over. I noticed that yourself and your ex-wife were both having a cigarette. You're not actually allowed to drive around and have a cigarette while you've got a little kid in the car. Any reason why you're doing that today?
I didn't know we weren't meant to.
You didn't hear it on the radio and the egg campaigns and all that sort of stuff?
No, it isn't.
Right. No worries. Well, your car, is it?
Yeah.
Registered in your name?
Yep.
No worries at all. Just grab a seat in your car. I'll come around and I'll speak to your ex-wife as well. Hi, how are you? You got ID on you there, please?
Yeah, why am I being questioned?
I just noticed that you were smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
Just
okay,
explain-
so we're on a campaign about cigarette smoking, are we?
Yep. But
You know,
unfortunately...
it's easier for my children to get drugs in their school.
Right, but unfortunely you got your son, I believe, in the back seat who's under 18.
This is just pathetic,
You shouldn't
mate.
be,
Go for it.
smoking.
Just be a hero.
ID, please, ma'am.
Do the ticket. Do the ticket.
Well, considering you're asking so nicely, I just might.
Close to midnight, Senior Constable Nathan Ratcliffe is suspicious about the driver of a speeding Ford sedan.
What's this guy's name?
Just going to try and catch up with this Ford. Into the survey, boys.
On a petrol station forecourt, a passenger from the silver Ford is already filling up, oblivious to Nathan's patrol car. Nathan moves to block the car to prevent the driver from doing a run-up.
Yeah, code 1 shortly.
Turn the car off. Turn the car off. You got a driver's licence?
No.
How old are you?
16.
Get out of the car. Don't even bother filling it up.
I'm sorry.
I was coming out of a Tina section. I saw a car drive past at a fast rate of speed and had a harm out the back window. And I thought, you know, I was a young child, so I thought I'd catch up to the car. And it pulled into the service station here to fill up. And as I've come round, I've seen the driver's only a child. And then all the other heads popped up in the back seat and they were all kids. What do you think you're doing? How many people you got in the car?
That many people, but the car got taken before and we just found it.
Whose car is it?
My mum's, and it's been taken just before.
Where?
And it was left near the West Grove Primary School.
Who took it?
We're not sure. We found it with keys in it and I went and got it. No,
Nathan has already ascertained the car is not reported as stolen. The story sounds highly suspect.
What did you think when we pulled up?
Well, they said cops and I thought they were joking. I looked up and I seen the look on your face.
Saw my look on my face. What was the look?
You're done.
You're 16.
15, nearly 16, yeah.
15. Have you been in trouble with the police before?
Yeah.
Leading Senior Constable David Greer is on patrol in a cruisy 40k zone when a Commodore races past. His partner, Leading Senior Constable Simon Vella, is quick off the mark, clocking the driver's speed.
72. Good enough.
Simon and David quickly catch up to the car.
Grab your licence out, thanks, mate. Beg your pardon? Jump out of the car for us then, thanks.
Pipe break on? Do you have any identification?
This is your wallet?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather go through it than me?
Oh, do you want me to?
You happy to go through it, do you?
Yeah, you can go through it. Yeah.
You say you've got a learner's permit?
Yeah.
You don't seem to have any L's and you don't seem to have an experienced driver with you.
Yeah, I was a bit angry with my girlfriend and,
You mind taking off your glasses for a second? Have you been taking any drugs today?
No. I drink earlier.
Just seem your words are a little bit slurred. You haven't been drinking any alcohol. Can I have a look at your arm?
There are no other telltale signs of drug use, but it's obvious to Senior Constable Simon Vella that something's going on here.
Be back with you shortly.
Then, out of nowhere, the motorist heads for the car.
It's all right. No, it's not going. Want to just step back on the footpath for a moment? Yeah, I'll get your phone out for you, mate. It's stolen.
You're 16.
15, nearly 16 years.
15.
Senior Constable Nathan Ratcliffe is trying to get to the bottom of why this unlicensed underage male is joyriding around town at 2 minutes to midnight with 5 other kids in the car.
So who took it originally?
We're not sure. There's someone's gotten into the house.
So why didn't you report it stolen?
Because when I got home and that, we just went looking for it straight away. The man went looking for it and we found it, and then I called and I said, yeah, the car's been stolen. And we found it and it's got like no petrol in it. We wouldn't have been able to get back home.
You know why I pulled you up? Because I saw you come flying down the road. If you weren't speeding, you wouldn't have brought any attention to yourself, but you brought attention to yourself by speeding. And then I find that you're 15, and how old are those people in the car?
15 and 16.
Nathan knows full well the young man is lying. He needs to establish the whole story, and there's only one way to find out.
Not all of you, just one at a time. What's your name?
Nathan processes the 5 passengers, taking phone numbers, parents' names and other details.
Stand over there. Next.
Their ages range from young...
How old are you?
14.
How do you know him?
Rest of the school.
to very young.
13. What are you doing getting in a car with him?
To not even a teenager.
How old are you?
12 and 13.
12.
Last of the 6 is another 12-year-old.
Did you take this car from his house?
Yeah. Well, like, you mean I...
No, did you all come from his house? Did you find the car?
No.
A speeder with suspiciously slurred speech is trying to convince police there's nothing going on.
Just get the phone. You want to just step back on the footpath for a moment? Yeah, I'll get your phone out for you, mate. It's stolen. Where did you say you got the car from?
A friend named John, and he reckons he lended off another bloke.
But look, I've done a check on the car. The car comes up as stolen. Can you tell me about that?
I couldn't tell you nothing about that.
Okay, well, at this stage, I must inform you you're under arrest in relation to the stolen car.
I've been stolen the car.
There's no keys in here. Where are they? What's that from?
These Chinese lollies I was eating earlier. Yeah, you can buy them down in the high school. The keys must be in the car. Oh no, sorry.
There's no label or anything on this.
Yeah, no. I just went on board and picked the label away.
What else have you got in your pockets? Just pull out everything, pop it on the floor. Okay, what's that? Yeah.
Real criminals are out there.
Senior Constable Ash Bowden is in the company of a very irate woman.
Be a hero.
ID, please, ma'am.
Her son has been subject to cigarette smoke. At this point, Ash is prepared to be lenient, but the woman's attitude is not helping her case.
Do the ticket.
ID, please, ma'am.
Do the ticket. Do the ticket.
Well, considering you're asking so nicely, I just might. So what's your reason for smoking in a car with an underage person in it?
Because I always have until they change the bloody rules.
Mm-hmm. So you're aware of the rules? Were you aware
If
of
you're
the
going to
rules?
book me.
No worries, I'll be back with you shortly.
Why don't you protect 2 young girls that are walking around the street half freaking naked at night?
Basically, you can't have a cigarette in your car if you've got your kids in it or any child. As you could see, the male driver supposedly was unaware of it, but yet the female passenger was completely aware of it and obviously chose to disregard it. And at the end of the day, when we went past them, they didn't have their windows down terribly much or not at all.
You're having a go at me for having a cigarette in a vehicle I pay for. You don't pay for it. I work my ass off to pay for a mortgage, to feed my children, to drive them around, do the right thing by the community and by the law, and you pick on me for that?
And they're both puffing away on their cigarettes with the little tiny little man in the back, and obviously, you know, he doesn't have the choice to say, Mum and Dad, stop smoking, because obviously with her attitude, even if the little one said to stop, Mum, I don't think she would. So unfortunately, you can't do it. And when you ask so nicely to write you a ticket, I'm more than happy to oblige.
But the woman hasn't finished, and 2 teenage girls are well within earshot.
You know where I spent Christmas Day? Visiting my daughter in a psychiatric ward. And you sit there, and you know what that is? That's the shit that's in the food we eat, the water we drink, gets in people's brains and it's toxins.
This expletive-laden outburst will cost her dearly. A speeding motorist has been caught driving a stolen car and is now being thoroughly searched.
Hey, what's that in your hand? Let's be honest with us, eh? What is it? What is it?
Chinese lollies.
Chinese lolly. We can find out.
They come out
Might
of
as well be honest with us now. It's not a Chinese lolly. What is it?
It's a Valium.
It's a Valium. Why don't you just be honest with us? Just be honest with us.
Is that you going to try and take them off me? You know?
Why are you taking those? Why are you taking those?
My doctor prescribes them to me.
How many have you had today?
I've just had a massive bleed with my girl. I probably just had 5 after I bleed with my girl.
How long ago?
Huh?
How long ago is just blue with the girl?
Half an hour ago.
How are you feeling?
I'm pretty upset that this is happening.
Oh, sure.
The officers are not done with Travis yet.
Just turn around. This way.
They need to make sure he's not hiding anything else.
What are the gloves for?
With hands and that, so it doesn't dry up on your hands.
You don't do dishes with these. You don't do dishes with those. You wear these so you don't get fingerprints on things.
Six kids joyriding in a car without their parents knowing, just on midnight, have been pulled over by Senior Constable Nathan Ratcliffe. The 15-year-old driver's assertion he had simply found his mum's stolen car is a complete fabrication.
Did you find the car? Right now, anything you tell me will be used against you in evidence, okay?
Yep.
All right, because your young friend has just told me that you've taken the car from home tonight.
Yeah.
All right? You've lied to me. Okay? You had your opportunity to come clean.
So what's going to happen?
I'm going to interview you now
Yeah.
for unlicensed driving and probably conduct endangering life because you've got so many people in your car. Everything that you've done tonight so far is reckless.
After the interviews, it's time to call in all the parents.
Good. Are you in Canberra? Yeah. Well, I've got your son driving your car in Werribee with 6 other kids in the car. No, I'm not kidding you. I wouldn't ring you out of the blue for no reason. Is he at home by himself? Is he? He was actually filling the car up so he could continue joyriding with them all in the car. There's 12-year-old girls in the car and 13-year-old boys in your car.
After several phone calls, Nathan has broken the news to a number of unhappy mums and dads.
It's got a message bank. I got all of them except one.
That's not bad.
That's not a bad effort. Well, all the other parents have been asleep too, Bowen, where 12-year-old girls should be.
I thought they were all 13, 14.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, I know it's not the thing. I didn't know they were that young.
12.
Yeah, when I heard you say 12, I didn't believe it.
You've got no idea, mate. You've got no idea at all.
Even after having had his cover blown by the 12-year-old girl, the driver still refuses to play ball.
Tonight. What is your reason for driving the car with all those people in it?
And I didn't put any petrol in it. Once.
Who didn't put any petrol in it?
People who were driving it.
Senior Constable Ash Bowden is dealing with an increasingly angry woman.
You're having a go at me for having a cigarette in a vehicle I pay for.
Smoking with a child in the car is now an offence, and the offensive language this woman is using in the presence of 2 young female pedestrians is out of order.
Well, at the end of the day, you're a little tirade I don't appreciate, but it's not a very good role model for your son either, is it?
You bloody picked on us.
No, I just saw you both smoking as I drove past you. That's why I stopped and went behind you and pulled you over. What's your reason for offensive language in a public place?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Do it. Just do it.
And I'll send you a ticket
I'm
in the
sick
mail.
of toying.
Okay.
No, just go for it.
No,
What
this
is
ticket
your
here,
name too, please?
it's on the bottom of the ticket.
Thank you.
Hey, Bowden, Frankston
Thank
Highway
you.
Patrol. Okay, $239 fine for smoking in your car with your child present. Okay? And all the payment details on the back and other information's needed. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hopefully she now understands that she shouldn't smoke in the car when a little kid's present. And hopefully she'll curb her language, because obviously you don't want to be teaching your kids bad language or anything like that. There's two 14-year-old girls walking home that walk straight past her, and I'm sure they don't really appreciate her tirade either. So that's why hence she'll be getting the offensive language ticket.
Who didn't put any petrol in it?
People were driving it.
So you let other people, while your mum's away, drive your car?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I can trust them.
Are they 18?
Yes.
They had P's, did they?
Yeah.
So what gives you the right to drive tonight?
They didn't put any petrol in, they weren't coming back.
I don't think we're getting anywhere.
Senior Constable Nathan Ratcliffe has caught an underage male who's been hooning around with 5 other minors without the consent of their parents. And the dad of the youngest has just turned up.
Jump out of the car. Someone's here to see you.
I haven't sleeping at James's, mate. You don't know, this ain't good enough, mate. You want to end up dead. What's going to happen if you keep hanging around with kids 15, 16 that are driving cars? They barely can sit over a steering wheel.
I'm not telling you how to be a parent. I'm not going to do any of that, all right? He needs a good talking to.
Yeah, we'll get it.
About who he hangs out with.
Mm-hmm.
You know the old saying, you hang with dogs, you'll catch their fleas.
Start speaking.
We said we were going to
Can't hear you.
We said we were going to but then I'm going
And you wonder why I ring every parent and check where you are. Who's driving the car?
Right behind you.
Who's this? Beg your pardon?
friend.
Where's your shoes, and have you got any stuff with you?
It's all gone.
So you no shoes.
The final passenger's parents arrive. They would simply prefer Nathan just took him away.
Next time anything, just lock him up, mate.
No worries.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Righto.
The car that started all this is moved off to the edge of the servo forecourt, leaving Nathan with one last job to do.
I'm asking you, you need to think about what you're doing, because what you did tonight was a recipe for disaster. Okay? So you need to walk home and think about it. See you later.